It's John Super D. Duplessis.
The tape. Chavez at 28, 4 years older than his opponent. The 1-inch height advantage for John Duplessis. Both tip the scales at 139 and a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Duplessis. And the rules for this dual title fight. 10-point must system in effect. 3 judges will score the fight. There is no standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. And a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. So we're getting ready for Julio Cesar Chavez against John Super D. Duplessis for the WBC World Super Lightweight and IBF Junior Welterweight Championships. That is a mouthful for you.
Yes. Imagine having to carry all those belts into the ring. You've already fought like 2 rounds by the time you get to the ring carrying all that iron on you.
You'll always keep your pants up, that's for sure. But Chavez, the Mexican superstar, from Culiacan, widely recognized as the best, as he said, libra por libra, pound for pound in the world. Remarkable, 73-0 with 60 knockouts. And we're getting set for the entrance. First of all, John Duplessis, who is challenging for the titles with the American flag. 24-year-old John Super D. Duplessis, rated number 5 by the WBC. Here he comes as he emerges. And he's number 8 by the IBF as a lightweight. He is the former WBC Continental America's lightweight champ out of New Orleans. Awaiting the arrival of Julio Cesar Chavez, and here he comes. And the crowd already beginning to swell.
He's not even out here, and they're already rumbling and mumbling. Even Kevin Costner stood up there and danced with a little wolf himself when he saw this.
A legend in his native Mexico, 5-time world champion, current WBC super lightweight and IBF junior welterweight, the title holder, the 28-year-old Julio Cesar Chavez, resplendently decked out, and the eye-popping record of 73-0, 60 knockouts, the longest undefeated streak in boxing today. Chavez last fight, a 3rd-round TKO over An Kyung-du in Atlantic City, December the 8th, to retain his WBC super lightweight crown. And over the course of his illustrious 10-year career, he has garnered 5 world titles in 3 different weight categories.
Eddie Murphy, a big fight fan, loves to see the fights, but he's here for his buddy Tyson. He and Tyson are tight.
The crowd reacting when they saw Eddie Murphy on the monitors here. Here we go.
Voz de la guitarra mía, al despertar la mañana, quiere cantar su alegría a mi tierra mexicana.
And to the strains of some hometown music, Chavez into the ring. The Mexican flags flying high, the American flag flying high. We are just about set here at the Mirage Hotel. Jimmy Lennon Jr., the ring announcer.
Once again, fans, our next bout is a feature attraction, the WBC Super Lightweight and the IBF Junior Welterweight World Championship, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council President Jose Sulaiman and the supervisor Bobby Lee, along with the International Boxing Federation President and Supervisor Robert Lee. Introducing the officials as appointed, judging at ringside, Bernie Cormier, Omar Minton, and Dalby Shirley. Presenting the referee in charge of this bout, Carlos Padilla. All right, fans, here we go. This is it. The WBC Super Lightweight IBF Junior Welterweight World Title. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks and hailing from New Orleans, Louisiana. With a weight of 139 pounds, his fine record 36 wins, only 1 loss, with 25 big wins by way of knockout. He's currently the number 4 contender by the WBC, introducing John Super D. Duplessis. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner on my left. Entering the ring wearing black trunks with red trim and hailing from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. His weight is 139 pounds with an outstanding record of 73 wins, no losses, 60 wins by way of knockout. The WBC Super Lightweight and the IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the world, the undefeated El Gran Campeón Mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez. Here's your referee, Carlos Padilla.
You talk about a dramatic entrance and making a crowd wait. Julio Cesar Chavez not quite ready, and they're being very patient.
Yeah, you do tend to wait for a legend. Stars have their own tempo.
Okay, Duplessis. Okay. You will already give instructions in your respective dressing rooms. Any questions? Okay, seconds come out fighting.
Carlos Padilla between Duplessis and Chavez, scheduled for 12. And here we go. Chavez wearing the black with the red trim, Duplessis in the white. Chavez, powerful hands, perhaps the most devastating body puncher in any weight division. Likes to work the body in the early rounds, eventually leading to an easy knockout in the late rounds. He is punishing. He has caused many an opponent to quit. Duplessis is more of a boxer, very fast, fleet of foot, agile, likes to go side to side.
Well, we expect Duplessis to run. So far, he's done that, but he's got to fight a little bit somewhere along the line. These are not the Milrose games. He's got to put a little something. He's got to outspeed and outpunch. Chavez, not an easy thing to do. Meldrick Taylor did it, though, for 12 rounds before he caught the final bomb.
5 fights ago, March 17th, 1990, almost a year to the day of this event. Chavez involved in one of the most bizarre finishes in a long time against Meldrick Taylor. Taylor was ahead on points when referee Richard Steele stopped the fight at 2:58 of the 12th in favor of Chavez. And Steele will be refereeing the upcoming Tyson Ruddock affair.
Duplessis not looking good running like this. I mean, he looks scared. He looks very tentative and very scared. He's got to get some action going. He's got to get some punches going. Just leg work isn't going to do it for you against Chavez. Remember, Chavez is patient. He's been in this before. People run from him all the time.
Duplessis, the former WBC Continental America's lightweight champ, getting the shot of a lifetime here tonight. Able to elude Chavez there.
Air. That is all that Duplessis hit just then. That's what he's got to do. He's got at least got to throw something out there, even if he's just hitting the gloves of Chavez.
He does have a fast jab, Duplessis, but it appears to be slow motion as far as Chavez is concerned.
Oh, Chavez continues to punch, even though Padilla was trying to break him. Padilla warns him. Padilla will take points away from the boxer if they don't listen to him.
The chance of Chavez.
Duplessis overreacting to every little feint, indicating some small degree of panic. He's certainly not within his game plan. He almost seems to be happy to weather the whole first round. Nothing has happened in the first round.
Final seconds.
Don't throw punches. Oh!
No se precipita mucho, corta el paso por el centro. Que no lo persigas, córtale por el centro. ¿Oíste? Ya se parará. Y así no te puede tirar, así no puede tirar, y no te puede dar.
En las esquinas es donde hay chance donde puedes acorralarlo.
Tranquilito, va cogiendo tu sitio sin precipitarte. Él tiene que pararse si quiere darte.
Keep your left hand high, especially because he's trying to suck you with the right hand on the top of the lower left hand.
All right, man.
Some heavy hitters in that Duplessis corner, led by Eddie Futch. His manager is former light heavyweight and heavyweight champ Michael Spinks. Round 2, it's scheduled for 12.
Yep, but the old axiom is the corner can't win it for you, can't fight for you. They can be a big help, and when you got a brain like Eddie Futch, it's terrific if you can carry out what he says. But he happens to be in with Chavez. His corner, no lightweights there, are telling him, listen, don't chase him that much. Start cutting him off and start going to the body. So let's see if Chavez starts to do his work now.
Over the course of his 10-year career, Chavez has garnered 5 world titles in 3 different weight classes. Aside from being the current WBC super lightweight champ and IBF junior welterweight champ, former WBA and BC lightweight title holder, as well as WBC super featherweight champ. A lot of alphabet soup.
A little rough stuff on the part of Chavez. He hit a couple of good shots, and then he roughed him up on the ropes. Duplessis trying to give a little bit back to show he's not as scared as he looks.
Mentioned the tough early start for John Duplessis with the help of his mom, Diane. He succeeded. Oh, look out now. Crowd getting a rise out of that. Duplessis succeeded and refused to get involved in alcohol and drugs. Stayed on the straight and narrow and became a professional fighter. And now he finds himself facing one of the all-time greats, Julio Cesar Chavez.
He's had a good career as Duplessis, and it's earned him this shot. Right now, he's going to have to settle down, shake the idea that he's in here with a legend, and start disrespecting Chavez a little bit and start fighting a little bit. He can do this for a while, but in the end, he's going to get caught. Good shot by Duplessis.
Duplessis, a solid super lightweight, 36-1, 25 knockouts. His only loss was a controversial decision to Louis Lamelli. And now here comes Chavez. Down goes Duplessis! A body shot by Chavez that did not look that stinging. There's the time left of the second.
But it was that body shot that put him down. He looked at the corner and said, I'm okay, and then he held his ribs.
He tells Carlos Padilla he's all right. Now Chavez going for the finish.
And he went right back to that rib with 2 shots. He saw the same thing we did.
Chavez stalking Duplessis, who hangs on for dear life. Can he get through the second round? Approaching 20 seconds left.
Look at the calm and patience with which Chavez stalks him.
Oh, a right by Duplessis, but not much effect. No holding, says Carlos Padilla. Oh, a left by Chavez again to the ribs as the bell sounds. Chavez going to the wrong corner.
Oh, yeah.
He's at the wrong corner. Now he makes his way.
I think he came over here to hear some advice.
Yeah, or a little disoriented.
Coming in. He tried to catch him and he's coming in.
All right, let's look at that mysterious knockdown. I think it was the body shot that did it. Right here. Boom. And down he goes. Yeah, that's what it was. You know, that is the best example anybody can tell you of what body punching by Chavez does to you. He is just It's an incredible thing that he's got when he punches to the side. And that's why he's got that kind of record. Boy, can you imagine? And if he had stood up a hook following that to the head, well, that's what Chavez does to him.
All right, round 3 scheduled for 12. Duplessis knocked down with a ferocious body shot by Chavez in the second.
It certainly didn't cut his legs out for him. He's young, he's strong, and even though it certainly cut his legs at the time of the punch, right now he's opened this with the same running that he did in the first round. The same speed.
And he continues to chase Duplessis. Duplessis continues to backpedal. Again, Chavez looking to go to the ribs.
This is what I was saying before the fight. The calmness of Chavez, how he breaks you down. He already saw that's a weak spot. He keeps going right back to it again. He's got one little thought in mind. Well, let's keep hitting that side. There it is again. I mean, he is relentless. He's so smart.
Tremendous movement by Chavez. Able to spin Duplessis around and do what he wants. The right missed. The left was below the belt.
But again, aiming for that little sore spot.
That caught the cup. No reaction from Duplessis.
Duplessis fighting like a man who's just trying to survive.
He's hanging in there.
He's certainly not doing anything to keep off Chavez. Chavez is having a gym workout here. All right, bear in mind, this is no turkey. This is a guy who's got a very good win streak going, a very good record. Duplessis has fought good people, but it's just the mark of the superiority of Chavez over today's opposition. That's the only 3 people that can be in with him.
He's won 9 in a row since his lone setback, including wins over Tunde Foster, Wayne Swift, and Danny Vargas, which has allowed him to climb the ratings ladder again. Duplessis, no pushover, but is certainly being outclassed by Chavez.
There is a world of difference between the class of Chavez and the class of Duplessis. And these 3 rounds have certainly franked that credential.
Chavez just measuring Duplessis out for the body shot. There was a shot by Chavez that may have gone unnoticed to those in the cheaper seats, but it was there.
Well, it didn't go unnoticed to Duplessis.
Hard left and rights by Chavez. Uppercuts to the ribs of Duplessis. Final seconds, round 3. So we are complete. 3 rounds. Coming up next will be our headline event. A heavyweight elimination bout between Mike Tyson and Razor Ruddock. Now there is number 2 rated Razor Ruddock making final preparations in his dressing room. You hear the crowd reaction. They see what you see on the monitors here at the Mirage. Ruddock on the exterior appears undaunted, very confident, composed young man. Usually counters Tyson's remarks with just wait till fight night. Well, fight night is upon us, and soon they will finally get it on.
Repítele de abajo y arriba.
Corner has been saying, repeat it, underneath and over. You've been going underneath, now start coming over. So if that the left hook thunders off the rib, look for the hook to come up to the head. In other words, the corner is saying, I want to see the Ruddock fight, Tyson fight, get this over with so we can get the heavyweight fight on here.
All right, round 4 for a dual championship. WBC Super Lightweight and IBF Junior Welterweight. Those belts held by Chavez.
A few good shots by Duplessis, but they aren't hard. And Duplessis has to put on more strength than that to keep Chavez from walking right through him, as he has been doing.
Duplessis so far has survived 1 knockdown. It was a digging shot to the wrist by Chavez a couple of rounds ago. Chavez doubling up with the left, and low blow being cautioned by Carlos Padilla. The voice in the background is Duplessis promoter, Butch Lewis. He's managed by Michael Spinks, who is very vocal as well. They've already lost one, Maurice Blocker, against Simon Brown.
And from all indications, they're cruising to losing another one, but you never know in boxing. It would be a shocker if Duplessis could do anything to stop Julio Cesar Chavez.
I also noticed Smoking Joe Frazier over there. Midway, round 4. Chavez measuring Duplessis out. A right by Duplessis solidly on the head of Chavez, but it was unfazed.
Well, it's not hard. He's outspeeding him when it comes in, as Meldrick Taylor proved you can do with Chavez. But when it doesn't hurt him, it doesn't seem to bother Chavez. He doesn't even bother to counterpunch. He's just looking at the guy with disinterest almost. Punches have nothing on it, so they don't bother Chavez.
There's that tactic again of spinning Duplessis around and nailing him with an uppercut. Chavez doesn't flinch when he gets punched. A little holding and hitting there by Chavez, and Duplessis complains.
Padilla having more to say than usual. It's interesting because Chavez doesn't understand what he's saying anyway.
There he is. There's the punch. There's the punch. And Padilla weighs it up. He weighs it up. It's all over here in the 4th round.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, come on over here. Oh, man. That was fast, bro. Oh, man. I'm fast as shit.
Not much to argue about. Not much to argue about because he didn't have a chance. He was through the ropes. Had he come back in and taken a good shellac, and so while he can maintain his manly pose and say, oh man, he shouldn't have stopped it, still, it was well stopped. He was outclassed by Julio Cesar Chavez.
Don King, his promoter, who is very happy you took that trip on the Pearl up through the mountains of Mexico to reacquire the services of Chavez. The stoppage comes with about 18 seconds to go in the 4th round. And Julio Cesar Chavez is now 74 and 0 with 61 knockouts as he records officially a TKO here as the fight was stopped by Carlos Padilla. And he makes his 5th WBC title defense and his 2nd IBF title defense, retains his titles. Super lightweight and junior welterweight champion. Don Duplessis now 36 and 2. And he was quite upset that the fight was stopped here by Carlos Padilla as he went through the ropes. We'll take a look at the end of the fight as you check out a very happy Chavez.
It wasn't as spectacular as the other knockdown. It wasn't as clean as the other knockdown. The right hand was right on the money. You can see that Duplessis is caving in. He's almost diving through the ropes. Their body shot propelled him a little bit further. I don't think he had any chance to continue no matter what he did. He was just outclassed. Another example of an excellent fighter with a big record, Duplessis, not even being in the same league, not even being in the same city with Chavez. So let's take another look at it.
It's an amazing shot right there.
Yeah. The right hand started him on his way. The second right was not really hard. The body shot really propelled him through the ropes. Right here. Boom. And out he goes. So it's sort of a please stop the fight, and he did. And I think that was well stopped. I don't think there's anything about it. No shame connected to the fact that you were just completely not in the fight.
Powerfully effective body shots by Chavez. Let's go to bring it out to Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes, 42 seconds in round number 4. The referee in charge, Carlos Padilla, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, and still undefeated, and still the world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez.
So it's hugs all around for Julio Cesar Chavez, who lifts his unbelievable record to 74-0. 61 knockouts, the longest undefeated streak in boxing today. We'll take a look at the first knockdown of the night.